You're listening to the smooth sounds of W. Jim and Justin. At 10 and 8 Monday through Friday is the time. I turn my radio to 101.5. Like a treat for my ears and mind, since 2012 made me laugh and made me cry. Kate the Duchess puts a smile on our face. She rules over style, sassiness, and grace. Sir William, you're an awesome dude. I kinda wanna build a statue of you. And what I'm really needing now in this local Huntley town is the only show around about people helping people. And now it's time to kick it off. Jim and Justin say to all, ladies and gents, we present It's Two Gingers. Make it live tonight till the comedy and community collide. Enjoy the laughter, enjoy the ride. It's Two Gingers.
Good day. My name is Sir William. I'm here with the lovely, the talented, the charming darling Duchess.
Hello, Sir William.
Had some coffee today.
Oh, thank you.
3 gallons.
Oh, boy.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, you betcha.
3 gallons worth.
Yeah, I can tell.
Uh-huh.
Does that mean we're going to have to pause a bunch of times so you can run to the pate?
Probably.
Which P.S., what is happening in there?
I don't know.
What is happening? Do we need to get Tom Palmer over here?
We might need to get Tom Palmer. We should call Jeremy first. He's the new guy now, right?
Oh, Jeremy.
He's in charge of the bathroom.
Jer Bear. Dude.
But ultimately it's Tom Palmer.
We got to talk.
Tom, the bathroom is falling apart, and these are not conditions that the Duchess can work in.
I mean, seriously. I've been driving down to the Dunkin' Donuts.
Which is really tough when we're, like, in the middle of, like, a phone call or something.
I know.
And then
I'm
she's like, I gotta go. Can you
BRB!
hold?"
BRB!
BRB.
Yeah.
Classic.
What up, Sir William? What's going on?
Not too much. How you doing today?
I'm really excited.
Why?
It's favorite time of the week.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Sure. Sir William's top 9.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What you got for us today, Sir William?
You know what? Will I am, that is.
Uh-huh. That's already taken.
Oh, yeah, he took it from me. Everybody takes stuff.
Well.
Terrible. Should be the top 9 things people have taken from me.
Boom.
Top 9 relationship problems every couple should avoid.
Oh, boy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, boy.
Now, you're a couple, right?
I am?
Yeah. Or are you a throuple?
No.
You're a couple.
Just a couple.
All right. So I'm going to want your take on these and whether or not people need to avoid them.
Hit me.
Number 1.
Hit me, baby, one more time. You're welcome.
Trust. Once trust has been broken in a relationship, it will prove to be very hard to put the pieces back together. Many factors can contribute to a lack of trust, such as jealousy, low self-esteem, possessiveness, worrying about an ex-partner still on the scene. The strength of any relationship can be determined by how readily people can overcome those issues.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Deep thoughts by the Duchess.
Actually, they're by Sir William.
Well, your commentary.
Oh, okay. Yes, absolutely.
Agreed. Okay.
I give it a thumbs up.
All right. Number 2, the green-eyed monster.
Como?
The thin end of this wedge is checking up on your partner when they're not with you. Asking their friends what they got up to on a night out. Or snooping on phone messages. Actually, if you're already stooping to that level, there's not much wedge left.
Yeah, I didn't know what you meant with the green-eyed monster.
Yeah.
I don't really understand that terminology, but I will tell you, we're watching this unfold in real time on a little show called Southern Charm. That's right, over there on Bravo. And we're starting to understand just how crazy Naomi really is. You see, when she was still with Craig and she had his phone while he was in the bathroom one time, she went ahead and put always find your phone or location services. And so she can always, now they've broken up, she can track where he is at any given time. That's not something you want in the hands of an ex, let alone someone that you're trying to date or starting to date.
Or let
That's
alone
gross.
a green-eyed monster.
That's gross.
Not good. Infidelity. Another deal breaker. Surely one of the ultimate personal insults is when your partner demonstrates they think you're second best to someone else, even if this has only been a fleeting infatuation. But when someone is unfaithful, they're pretty much driving a stake straight to the heart of any relationship. Depending on how forgiving the spurned partner is able to be, there may be no dislodging it. Truth. That's
Yeah.
truth, man.
Yeah.
Do you know of anyone who's overcome the infidelity thing?
I do.
And completely come out the other side and they're okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it took a long time,
Yeah.
and I think it takes a really special couple.
It's got to.
Yeah, but I do.
Good.
And they're very happy, and
Good for them.
yeah. Surprisingly,
Right.
because you're right, it doesn't normally happen that way.
Right.
But, yeah, so kudos to people who can
Kudos
do
to
it.
that couple. Here's another relationship problem to avoid: Chinese whispers. I love the look on your face when you're not quite sure what's coming after that. Perhaps not as dramatic as discovering a partner has been with somebody else, but any sort of communication breakdown should be avoided. Always be open in a relationship, as picking things up wrongly have serious consequences.
I don't get it.
I don't either. I didn't write it.
Okay.
Brent, help. Yeah, I don't know why it's called Chinese
Okay.
Whispers. All right. Go right to the next one.
Please.
Okay. Unity. This should be a prerequisite for any serious relationship, that partners will always back up each other. No matter what the situation is, unity has to take place over personal pride. Even if you aren't 100% in agreement with your partner, will totally respect your willingness to compromise. Unity.
Yeah, I mean, you have to back each other up. Especially parenting.
Especially in front of a child if you're parenting, right?
Yeah. It's very important.
You don't want to let little young ones see you not on the same page.
Correct.
Can cause serious collateral damage.
They'll use it against you.
Yes, they will. Finances. Financial issues such as debt will gnaw away in any walk of life, but especially in a partnership. The moment a red bill arrives, it should never be shoved to the back of a drawer. Always discuss issues. It's best to have any problems out in the open and shared. You know, I have a story about this one. I had a neighbor who is no longer a neighbor, so I feel like I can bring this up, who literally let their house go into foreclosure
Yeah.
and didn't tell the one person paid the bills, didn't tell their partner that this happened. And another neighbor who somehow got that information. It's public information.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people actually look for houses that are in foreclosure and so forth. And they found out, and that's how the person who didn't know found out, was through the neighbor who was like, you guys are in foreclosure? And the person had no idea.
Oh, my God.
That actually was one of the determining decisions to help splinter that relationship. So, not good.
No.
Not good. Need to be open and honest and share things.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Family. It's only natural for there to be friction in families or between one partner and their in-laws. For the sake of your relationship, it pays to put on a brave face rather than allow animosity to simmer. If your family is important to your other half, they'll resent you coming between them.
Interesting. Do you have any stories about that, or?
I think most people I know, a high percentage of them, have issues with this.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they think that they weren't going to
Mm-hmm.
when they walked into the marriage.
Right.
The whole, what's the line that you're not just marrying your spouse, you're marrying their family too?
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of reality to that. You want to do background checks on all of them.
Yeah.
At least know what crazy you're walking into, because it'll get crazy.
Right.
Automatically.
Yeah.
Almost never is there a time where it doesn't. Right?
So do you think people should not get married if they don't like the family that they're marrying into?
I wouldn't go that far. For the young lovers out there that we might be speaking to right now, you get caught up in the whole, like, you can't see straight because you're so in love and like nothing matters, and even if you're not big fans of your future in-laws, you're like, oh, it'll be fine down the road or whatever. Don't be naive on that one, because if you're having problems now, you're gonna have problems later for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that you need to know, because there are definitely different levels of this, and different levels of crazy, and different levels of like what you can deal with, and how to. And there's no book. There should be one dealing with in-laws for dummies.
Right.
There should be that book.
Yeah.
Because there is no book on it, and there's no right answer, and every scenario is different or whatever. But it's not easy.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody about relationships, and just relationships themselves being difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in this day and age where people who are committed and married and stuff to each other for a long time is actually more of the exception than the norm. Those people who are, and I'm sure you could attest to this, it takes work.
Mm-hmm.
It takes work on both people's parts.
Right.
What I wasn't aware of when I was pretty young when I got married was you got to also work harder than I would like to have relationships with your in-laws and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
And naturally, in all relationships, the in-laws are going to favor their child,
right?
Not the in-law. So
Mm-hmm.
you're already starting with a strike against you, apparently, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an important one.
Yeah.
Time management. Whenever there's an imbalance in time management, this can become a problem in a relationship. Whether it's spending too much time with a hobby or working late, it's essential you set time aside for the most important person in your life. They're referred to as your significant other for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You ever got anything on that?
No, I mean, it's important that you put time into your relationship. That's never something that can be pushed to the side. You have to.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always say date nights are so important. Just time with your spouse or your significant other is important. You can't just let that go, because otherwise somebody else will pay attention.
That's right. And last but not least, everybody's favorite, intimacy issues.
Mm-hmm.
Many relationships falter in the bedroom department, but this crucial aspect of together needing to be treated carefully with openness. Say you originally met via a dating site. Just remember that flush of optimism and excitement you first felt when you connected virtually. Then go out of your way to recapture the horny mood in the real world.
Well, that's probably the classiest thing you've ever said, Sir William.
Really?
Yeah. No! Are you serious?
I just read.
I'm going to require you to talk with Brent before he writes your next Sir William's top anything, because that was a struggle. Luckily, his sidekick, Jeremy, went ahead and wrote some more. 15 common relationship problems. No.
Williams, top 9.
It's still
I was
going.
just closing.
No,
Oh,
it's
no,
still
we're
going.
still going.
15 most common relationship problems and how to fix each one. See, this is where people can help people.
Oh, this is where we help people.
You spend more time apart than together. How do you fix it, you might ask? Well, if one or both of you is on a high horse on their career, always busy doing other people's work, or simply not making enough time to spend together, there's some administrative planning you both have to handle. Start by booking dates in advance. Take some time to discuss your feelings with your partner. Take them to a place they feel comfortable and happy about so they can relax and feel safe to open up. Take short trips or city breaks together to reconnect in different ambiance. Nevertheless, use the phone for sexting to keep up on hot and running when you can't meet in person.
Sexting.
Yeah. You probably don't know what that is.
Hashtag.
But that's a classier way than saying your word. Do you want to help me?
Yeah, I'd love to. You spend all the time together, leaving no space for your own individual growth.
Yeah, that's the problem.
We know somebody who's having that problem. If your partner is your best friend, congratulations. It's a wonderful thing to have and share friendship. But while you may love doing every single thing together, it may not turn out to be the best scenario. Allocate time in your schedule to do some soul searching and invite your partner to do the same. Meditate, take long walks in nature, visit your friends, perhaps a museum, a new gallery, or a cool place you've been dying to see. Even if you feel inadequate or lonely at first, you'll grow fonder of it after time.
Absolutely.
Everybody's got to have a little of their own time.
You have to. You have to make
Otherwise,
something for
it's
yourself.
like, barf.
Right. Barf. You constantly fight about the same issues. What you can do to fix this is remember that the point of the relationship is for the people in it to feel good together, confident about each other, and presumably a safe place to grow and experience life with a special someone. So be patient, be kind, and try to instill the same virtues in your significant other, especially if they're short-tempered or they struggle with anger management. Remember, the things you're fighting for are literally taking a step back each time a touchy issue emerges. So if you simply can't bear avoiding a certain topic until things cool off, suggest your partner to sit down with you and dismember the problem. Deconstructing issues is a great way to get to the core of the matter.
I agree with that.
100%.
How about this? You don't like their parents, or vice versa.
Kind of like what we just talked about.
Well, sorry to hear that. That's a tough one. They didn't choose their parents, and neither did you. So if you're not feeling any special kind of connection with your partner's family, don't take it too much on yourself. Consider the elephant in the room, and instead of trying to eliminate it, try to emphasize it. Are these people really as bad as they seem? Maybe your partner's mom is no interior decor genius, nor a great cook, neither a master debater, but you have to look past these details at the way she raised her son. Because that's what truly matters.
Yeah. You feel insecure about your future together. Now that could be a major problem. Okay, if you're already scared about your future together. But one fix is to remember you can't have everything, right? We already know that. Life means a multitude of opportunities that will be missed because we've made certain decisions. That doesn't mean that the decisions were bad or we didn't do our best. It's just that life is multi-directional. So your partner and yourself may want to take different paths in life, but before you get to that point of no return, there are numerous ways in which you can adjust your wishes so that they all get fulfilled. This doesn't imply one of you has to sacrifice their dreams for the sake of the relationship, but it does mean navigating the dreams together, deciding how they can work out in the same boat, and operating the necessary changes so that everyone has a chance to be happy. Very important.
Super important. You have a hard time relating to your partner's issues. This can happen a lot, especially if you're going through a rough patch. You may have different careers, face completely different challenges, or harvest unique insecurities. There is no easy fix for this one, mostly if you truly don't understand what they're feeling. Sit down with your lover and have the patience with them as they open up. It may be a consuming, extremely difficult process, and you may lose your patience, but you also might not enjoy it. But this is crucial to your relationship's well-being.
If you just joined us here on Two Gingers, we are talking about relationship problems and fixes. How about the problem of you or they feel misunderstood? What you could do to fix this is you're probably vocal and about how misunderstood you feel, and if not, that's problem number one. This reaction usually triggers detachment in the other, leaving you even more hopeless and consumed. Instead, what we're supposed to do is tell your partner how you feel. Use metaphors if you must. Talk to them as casually as possible, and don't stress too much about what will happen later. Learn to express yourself, and the rest will follow. I think that was a Madonna song.
Mm-hmm. Express yourself.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. 1992-ish.
Ooh.
You feel like they don't give you enough attention.
Uh-oh.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to how much attention you're paying to yourself. Your relationship is not there to substitute for the love you're supposed to cast upon yourself each day. Remember that you are blessed and you are important, strong, and authentic in everything you experience. If you and your partner have issues communicating what's important for both of you in terms of giving and receiving, you can meet up with a couple therapist to dismantle the bomb. If you want to keep things on your own perimeter, think about things you can do to make your lover feel more wanted, and don't be afraid to point out what they can do for you instead.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of couples argue over money. The fix here is try to detect the underlying issue. Is your partner earning much more or much less than you do? If so, is that problematic for you? If yes, in which ways? Write down all of your answers and think for a moment, what was different about your spending behavior versus earnings back when you were single, and just what has changed now that you're in this relationship. On the other hand, if one or both of you are overspending, too indulgent, or afraid there won't be a secure future for you, the best way to go about this is to take it down to a financial analyst who can assess your goods and determine what should stay and what should definitely go. And if so, you can contact us on social media because we have a dear friend, Tim, who's happy to help you.
Just going to say, we got a guy.
We got a guy.
We got a guy for you.
Yeah.
You need one. You don't tolerate their vices. Show me one person who's happy with their partner's drinking or drug habit, and I'll show you at least one toxic relationship. It's one thing to both be smokers, for instance, and tolerate each other. It's a completely different thing to love one, live with one, and be able to see through the smoke with clarity. Some would joke here, why don't you start smoking yourself? As a fix.
No.
Well, firstly, because you don't
Gross.
have the habit. Secondly, because you shouldn't feel forced to change your lifestyle. And on and on and on.
Etc., etc. Hey, you feel you're giving away too much and getting back too little. There is no easy way to say this, but you will have to pull yourself back on ground zero. If you can have an open conversation with your partner about the amount of time they invest in your relationship, remember to address the common effort that has to be made to keep any union going. If it feels unhealthy and you're stuck in a rut, consider the alternate and ultimately leave the relationship. There are people out there who would kill for someone as intuitive as you.
You feel you're giving away too much and getting back too little.
I literally just said that.
You did. I wanted to skip the next
No,
one.
okay.
Okay.
Great.
The sex is missing in action. When you're together with somebody for a long time, and mostly if you're living together, the sex might become a rare bird. This is only natural. Intimacy is a mind trick, not just a chemical reaction. You can make yourself hot and interested about your partner once again. if you keep the right distance, the right attitude, and an open mind regarding sexual dynamics.
There you go. How about if you don't feel comfortable about their sexual preferences? Once you determine the root of the issue, sit back and tell your partner what you like and kindly what you're not exactly up for. I mean, this is supposed to be something that doesn't have to be boring, but it definitely needs to be consensual and respectful.
How about this is a tricky one? You don't like their friends, or they don't dig you.
That's tough.
There's always going to be someone who doesn't dig you or you don't dig them, and those people might turn out to be your partner's buddies.
Oof, that's a rough one.
I don't think there's a good answer to this one.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
That's what I'd say.
You feel suffocated about living together. You shouldn't be together then.
No.
That's the fix.
That is the
Plain and simple. Moving in together
Walk away.
is a serious decision, and you should abstain from doing it just to make your rent payments easier. So if you're already thinking that this isn't a good idea, listen to your gut and peace out.
Run, Forrest, run.
Run!
That's it. That's all of them.
Well, thank God we fixed all of the relationship problems.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Tomorrow should be a good day for everybody.
I mean, it should be.
All their stuff is
Right.
fixed.
Right.
And we help do it.
Exactly. You're welcome.
Please follow us on social media. Our website is twogingerswithaz.com. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/twogingers, on Twitter at the Duchess 101.5 and Sir William 101.5, on Instagram at instagram.com/twogingers, and at Pinterest at pinterest.com/the Duchess 1015.
That's it.
Bye-bye.
That's all the time we have.
Bye-bye.
Stay classy.
Bye.
Two Gingers is written, hosted, and produced by Sir William Guerin and the Duchess Kate Curtin. Post-production is done by Jim Carolla. Michael Guerin is executive producer emeritus. Two Gingers is broadcast in the Al Litwin studio at Dikey Park in Huntley, Illinois. The show broadcasts Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. and 8 p.m. on 101.5 Huntley Community Radio, WHRULP. HCR's executive producer is Alan Pollock. Thank you for tuning in.
And Tom Palmer, we weren't kidding about the bathroom.